Hey friends, Shay here. So I'm here with another video for you. Today's video, again, is part of my 2022 reading videos for manga. And today's video is going to be the best manga that I've started in the year of 2022. Now, I was chatting with Izzy from Happy For Now. We were just talking about our video plans coming up, and I mentioned I was going to be doing this video, and she's like, hey, I need to do that video too. And I'm like, well, why don't we both just do it and upload it on the same day? So this is a low-key collab with Izzy from Happy For Now. Again, if you're not following Izzy, she's one of my very dear friends. She's linked down below. So definitely go and give her a follow if you're not. She's about half books, half manga anymore. So her book recs are absolutely solid as well. I end up really enjoying her book recs. So she's definitely one to follow and one to get good recs from. She reads a little broader than I do in the romance category, so you'll find some different stuff on her channel, which is also really, really fun. Okay, so let's dive into this list. I've started a lot of series this year, so this is just going to be a top 10. And there are 3 specifically that I wanted to mention for my most recent Volume 1's video, but then I opted to leave them off the list and just encourage you to go check that out. Again, outside of the one-shot that's at the top of that list, the top 3 there should be on this list as well. I just wanted to keep it a top 10 instead of a top 13. So that's how we're going to handle this. Go check out that video if you haven't, because it's a really fun video that I spent a lot of time on. All right, so just like with the best series I finished in 2022. We're going to start at the bottom and go to the top. I did rank these, so let's dive in. So number 10 is going to be The Savior's Book Cafe in Another World. And this one is just really sweet, perfect for bookish people and people who like a good fantasy style romance. This is an isekai story, which means it's somebody transported to another world. So we have a modern Japanese woman brought into this fantastical world where the savior is supposed to save the world, obviously, but there's another savior there causing a lot of problems. And so she asks the god who sent her to basically help make her powerful in magic so that she could live easily in this world. And so she does so in a book cafe, and this beautiful man comes and joins her and relaxes in her cafe, and it's beautiful and glorious. This currently has 3 volumes out in English, and I'm very, very excited to keep going. Definitely loving this one. Number 9 on this list is Rose and Blood. This is another one for my vampire lovers. If you love gothic vampire stories, Rose and Blood is where it's at. I do still need to read volume 3, but the first 2 volumes were absolutely solid. Really enjoyed them. Really enjoying the feel and the vibe of the series, and I can't quite tell where it's going yet. And that makes me really excited when I can't quite tell. So definitely pick this one up. Again, if you like gothic stories or vampires, you can definitely get some enjoyment out of this one. Number 8 on my list is X Gender. So basically, this is the stories and tales of a non-binary character. This is, I guess it's more autobiographical about their life and about the struggles that they feel in dating and getting dressed every day, just in their everyday life, and about how they're learning about themselves. It is an absolutely brilliantly done series. It's got that little bit of like dark humor added to the top layer with the frustration that this character feels and this person feels, but it teaches you a lot about various people within the LGBT community. We do have a trans pansexual character, which was fantastic. Being pansexual myself, that's the first time I've seen it in manga. So that is something that I definitely wanted to share. So definitely check out X Gender. I think it's a really important series. Number 7 on this list is The Birds of Shangri-La. Now, I wasn't sure this was going to make my list as I was making it, but this BL is something special. If you like spicy BLs especially, this one's fantastic. But essentially we're dealing with an all-male brothel with a very specific clientele. These men are very well paid for what they do, and they enjoy what they do. No one is there that doesn't want to be there. Everyone is there of their own free will and choice, and no one feels pressured to be there at all in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, what happens is this man named Apollo, who is straight, comes to the brothel and gets a job as, I forget the title for it, but essentially he prepares the men to be with their clients so that things are as easy as possible and so that the workers don't get injured. And so he's being trained by a specific guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But they start to kind of have a thing together, and it's fantastic and brilliant, and I think it's so well done. I did talk about this with the Thirsty Thursday crew, so I'll leave that video linked in the corner for you, but it was really a lot of fun. So if you want the specific nitty-gritty details, check that one out, but we had a great time talking about that one. The next one is another LGBT one for you, and that is I Want to Be a Wall. This is featuring an asexual character who is married to a man who is actually in love with his male best friend. And she ships the two males together. She doesn't ship herself with anyone because she also seems to be a romantic, where romance just isn't a thing for her. And it is fantastic and brilliant, and I really loved the like cozy friendship that these two end up having through their marriage of convenience, essentially. And I think this is a series that is definitely top tier and very unique within the LGBT titles that I've read. So I do think it's definitely worth a read because it is so different. And it's talking about a realm of the queer space that we haven't even really touched on yet in manga, in the US at least. So definitely check out I Want to Be a Wall. Number 5 is I'm a Wolf, but My Boss is a Sheep. This is a really cute, quirky workplace romance in which we have a wolf who works in a department at his job full of sheep. His boss is a sheep that he is also very, very attracted to, and he thinks he's hiding it really well, but his little tail will start going, and it's super cute. I really love this series so much. They're very slow to release, so be prepared for that. I don't think we're getting another one till either October or November, and this one came out early spring, so just know that there's going to be long waits in between, but it is seriously so cute. I've already read it like 3 times just because I'm obsessed with them. They're adorable, and I can't get enough of them. So yes, I'm a Wolf, but My Boss is a Sheep is definitely high on my list of their series I've started this year. Number 4 is another one that I have a dedicated video for, and that is A Galaxy Next Door. This is the next one by the creator of Sweetness and Lightning. I know not everybody got along with this first volume, but I think the second volume really solidifies it as the series that's going to be really sweet and really genuine moving forward. So I would recommend checking out the second volume if you were unsure after the first volume. And if you're not liking it at the end of the second volume, then definitely don't continue. But maybe like borrow it from a friend, the library, or just sit at your bookstore and read it if you were unsure after volume 1, because I think volume 2 will change your feelings about it. Next one is I Am a Cat Barista. This is so freaking cute. Can I just tell you that? Like, we basically have this. It's like the Cat Return style cat, but he's a barista, and he does everything he can to make the people that come into his shop feel better. Like, it is so freaking cute. I love it so much. Cannot get enough of I Am a Cat Barista. If you haven't read I Am a Cat Barista and you love slice of life manga, or you love things like Restaurant to Another World, this is a great comp for that. It is so sweet and so fun. And you have tired, exhausted people from the workplace coming in and getting their recharge at the cat barista shop. So definitely would recommend this one. Kind of along those same lines, we're going to talk about my number 2 series for the year so far, and that is Cat and Gamer. So we have this woman who is very precise. She shows up to work on time. She leaves work on time, never stays over. She gets everything done because her whole thing she wants to do in life is go home and game. And one day while she's at work, she's typing away, doing her thing, and the security guard brings this stray cat in and sets it kind of next to her. So she's still typing, looking at the cat, and all of a sudden she's like, I'll take it. And so she takes this cat home. So we have this gamer who's now trying to figure out how to live with and raise a cat that's very young. And it is so fun. I cannot wait for volume 2, which is coming out any day now. It's going to be a good time. And I would definitely recommend the series if you like animal or cat manga at all, because this is definitely top tier cat manga for me. All right. Then last but not least on this list may surprise some of you, actually. And some of the things that aren't on this list will probably surprise some of you. And that is Run on Your New Legs. This is a brilliant, beautiful story about a young man who ends up being an amputee as a teenager. His whole life was soccer. After a really bad accident, he had an amputation of his leg, and he thinks his life is over. But when someone comes and teaches him about athletic prosthetics, his whole life is tilted upside down and everything changes for him. It is brilliant. It is beautiful. I don't want to say too much more than that about this one. I am going to list a couple of triggers of depression and obviously of seeing amputated limbs, if that can be triggering for you. But I do think that the series is brilliant and I absolutely love it so far. I recently picked up volume 2. We'll be reading it. I'm playing catch up on a bunch of series right now. So once I'm a little more caught up, I'll sneak that one in just because I am so excited to continue. So that is everything, my friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below what some of your favorite manga series that you've started in the year is. And if you're here just because you love me, leave a sheep emoji. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head?